So Flava, you've been traveling quite a bit in the past week or so. And, yeah.
Why the way you say it, like macam I pergi travel overseas.
Um,
Boleh lah, travel, yeah.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, you traveled.
Yeah, traveled.
You had good food with good company.
Yeah.
I saw your stories.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe if you want to share what you did.
Okay.
In, the past week.
I had the great opportunity to travel around Malaysia together with Manchester United goalkeeper superstar Edwin van der Sar.
Who?
Edwin van der Sar.
Who?
So he's he's a superstar. I would say he's a legendary goalkeeper. Yeah.
Sorry, when it comes to Man U, I'll be like,
Okay, I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming because there's a lot of questions on Man U's performance in the past few seasons. Yeah.
Oh, you mean the team that almost got relegated? Sorry, man.
Yeah. This is one of those special occasions where we keluar goa. Okay, I'll admit. This is one of those special occasions because Edwin van der Sar came over to Malaysia. Everybody's ecstatic. I think it's been a while. I think for me, I don't really belong to any Man U community and all that. As a football fan, like kat rumah je lah lepak lah. I don't have like a community and all this. But it was very refreshing to actually see these football communities come out together and celebrate Edwin coming onto Malaysia. So we traveled around. We went to 6 different locations. So this event is organized by Aeon. So 6 different locations. So in Johor, Ipoh, Perak. Is it Ipoh? Ipoh Station 18, Perak. The Brow City was Johor. And then we went to Nilai. We went to... what is it? I think there's a few other locations. But 6 locations in total, I would say. Yeah, travel around together with them.
How crazy were the fans?
Super crazy.
Right.
Super crazy. Yeah. And I think that what makes it even better is that Edwin, despite him being such a superstar, he's very, very down to earth. So I think a lot of fans realize that. You know how when you see these people dekat TV and dekat TV sama ada big ass TV or even dekat phone and all that. But meeting the person face to face feels different. And you don't know what to expect. Like maybe dekat TV, maybe the baik and but depan maybe he's a bit, sombong ke and all this.
Because you don't know, right?
Because you don't know, right? But no, he was amazing. He was beyond what everybody expected. Yeah, he was very accommodating. He had no issues going to any of the makcik, pakcik, budak-budak kecil. Like, if they're taking a selfie, he's like, oh, let me take this for you. He will take the phone and he'll just take it. Everybody's like, holy shit, he's doing it.
He touched my phone.
Yeah, he touched my phone and it's like...
With his huge gigantic hands.
Yeah, exactly.
I can imagine his hands are...
Yeah, and he's also very tall, 198 centimeters.
Holy smokes, I feel like a dwarf standing beside him.
Yeah, you are...
I mean, I'm about 178.
I'm 170.
So, I saw your picture.
Yeah. So a lot of people were laughing at the picture of me next to Edwin because I would say I'm pretty standard Malaysian. Standard Asian, 170.
And you're up against a pro goalkeeper, so yeah.
Just for a little context, not all goalkeepers are like as tall as him, but he so happened to be very, very tall.
Right.
Close to 200 centimeters is insane. Like, I mean, like when the event was about to start, right? I was thinking to myself, like, how tall can it be? It's just 28 cm. Oh shit. Jauh beza.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know how long is a ruler pendek kat sekolah tu, but yeah, it was tall.
I think it's 15.
Yeah.
I think it's 15 cm. Ruler pendek.
Oh shit. So it means like almost dua on top of me. Yeah.
I think like it's been a while since I held the ruler. So.
Exactly. And I forgot there was this one incident where he was asking me, why you just not stand next to me? And then I'll tell you why. And then I stood next to him and everybody was just laughing. Like, this is why.
That's why you stand far.
Yeah, stand far. Yeah. So during the interview, right, I didn't want to do this. So I wanted to do like, okay lah, and then he was like, okay, got you.
Okay, so now we halal gap.
Yeah, that was halal gap. Yeah, for a while. Yeah, so that's what the trip was all about.
Right. So for me, I've been having a busy week as well. Because as of this recording, in a few more days we'll be flying over to EWC.
Yes.
So I'm trying to clear off as many things as possible before the flights. And I guess some of the interesting things that happened over the last week or so is firstly, we completed our show for Titans Cup League of Legends. And this is actually the first League of Legends tournament in MYSG since 2018.
Yes, it's been a very long time. I think.
Mm.
I think a lot of people who are. I mean, for me, I mean, no hate. Yeah. I'm not really a League of Legends player, but even I'm aware that has not been any
Oh.
League of Legends tournaments
And
around.
Lin goes,
Lin, I can explain.
okay, yeah.
You agree? Yeah. I got scared. Like every time I do this statement, I'm not trying to shit on League, although I do. But but there's not been a League event, which is congrats to the League community. Finally, something lah.
Yeah.
And back to Malaysia. And I don't know about this. Is the Titans Cup only for Malaysia? Sorry, I mean you would know better, right?
So it's MYSG.
Okay.
And the winner qualifies to the wildcards. Yeah, which then qualifies to subsequent stages. So it's actually an official Riot Games tournament that has a pro path to it. Yeah.
So it's not a one-time off kind of thing.
So from what we heard, I don't know if I can say this, but I think I can, right? Just to put some excitement.
I mean, just to be safe as well. I mean, it's not a one-time off, which does not lead to anything. Meaning that there is
that means
continuity.
Doesn't end there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, it leads to the wildcards, and in the wildcards, you will face off against other teams in Southeast Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's technically a C wildcard lah. So which is pretty sweet lah.
Oh yeah.
So
comeback of League of Legends.
Yeah, looks like it in this region. I think a lot of fans have been waiting for it, and the players who play, they were. I think because it's like the first comeback, right? So some of them like, okay, we mix friends and just play and all that. So everyone's trying to find their tune. Perhaps by the next season, we would start to see a proper teams lah.
More solid, I would say.
Yeah, more solid.
I would assume that it's not that easy. It's about ramai of these players, like they've already separated. And then to come back, hey bro, a tournament in League of Legends. And of course, since they're also not sure how long this will be, right? Are they going to be a real reunite, or like, are we coming back just for this one tournament again and doesn't work anymore?
Yeah. So
I think there's a lot of conversations floating lah.
Correct. So further announcements, of course, in case if you are interested in this, to check out the social medias of League of Legends MYS for Malaysia, Singapore for future updates.
I like how you say MYS, not MYSG.
It was MIS.
Oh.
Because it is MYS. Yeah, on Instagram. So
surprisingly, I thought it's very normal to call it MYSG.
I know, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Or
never
maybe
mind.
because it's very long, so I don't know.
No, Singapore SG cannot. Sorry lah. You know.
But also, happy Independence Day to Singapore from the day we're recording. They just had their Independence Day, and I thought that it's a very interesting celebration. What I really liked was that within the crowd, they would hold up cards. Do you see that?
Yeah.
You're right. What's the line?
I forgot what was the line. Len, what was the line?
I want, and then they fill in the blanks, something like that.
Oh,
so there were a lot of interesting ones that showed up.
I was, it was.
Yeah.
I think that I'm glad that you brought that up, because that was the first thing that came to my mind when you opened that topic. Yeah.
Right. But also to share one more thing that happened just like yesterday. TAR UMT actually qualified to the MKL for which is the Honor of Kings Pro League, and interestingly enough, which is I think to a lot of other people's surprise, and the netizens were surprised as well, they beat Seoul Esports and O2, and they became champion of the qualifiers to qualify to MKL.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
just out of curiosity, right? Because I'm not so familiar with TAR UMT's team, right? Were they around in the past season? So is this their first season run?
Right. So I don't know them directly, like I've interacted with them full time. So I'm not going to claim anything here, right? In case anyone said, "Oh, is that your team? Did you manage?" I'm not going to claim anything, right? It's their own effort. So I've been hearing them around, like they've been going around to tournaments, and sometimes the club presidents or the organization would speak to me about them going here and there and doing stuff. So I'd likely here and there. They joined some of the official campus tournaments of Honor of Kings in recent time, and they got a decent performance. But this is their biggest achievement so far. And within the lineup, at least the ones that competed for this wildcard, one of it was a player from Toda, CCS. And another player was ex-Nova, Fries. Yeah, that so they have experience playing in this proper organization. So probably from the experience, that's what brought them the success. And congratulations in the entry to MKL.
I'm still surprised by the phrase that you mentioned that they actually beat O2 and Seoul Esports. Holy shit!
Yeah, the one that sent us the food, Bobby Terbang, the manager, you know that.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Bobby.
Yeah. Shout out to Bobby.
That's so kejam, like he just beat them and then like. Yeah,
But his food is good. His food is good.
Yeah.
His
Oh
food
yeah.
is
By
good.
the way, the nasi goreng.
Yeah. Got the puji, you know. I don't want him to spike my
We should have
food
puji
next time.
first and then say it. Okay. The puji is already done now on the paper. Like holy shit. So basically a uni. So would you say that this is a full uni team?
Yes. So the entire lineup. So they have 6 players, right? 5 players plus 1 sub. So 5 players is from Thai UMT. 1 player is from another IPT.
Gotcha.
Institution. Yeah, so they play together and they join. And they are the first university team to be playing in the HOK Professional League.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
Actually,
that's
kinda,
quite a feat.
Actually, that's kind of big though. I mean, think about it this way. You go to the main event, assuming it's offline, right? You go to the main offline event. There's like esports organization. There's going to be like all those big people, influencers and stuff. And then with Star UMT is like, what do you call this?
It's so different.
Vice Chancellor, lecturer. I don't know. I'm trying to get this. Wait, no. I'm not saying there's not anything bad about it, but the scene is holy shit. We made it to the professional league on a national level.
Yeah.
On national level, as a uni team.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is
right?
quite badass. And I'm very sure that I don't know whether they join this qualifier officially under Thai UMT or or they just use the name Thai UMT because they're students from Thai UMT. I just want to ask this.
Okay, because the team is managed by the Esports Society of the university.
I get you. Okay.
So that's why they carry the Thai UMT name whenever they go for tournaments.
Got it.
Yeah.
So we can assume that when the main event begins, there's going to be a lot of interest from the lecturers and the chancellors, vice chancellors, and all these deans and all this on the matches, knowing that their students are actually carrying the Thai UMT banner.
I'm sure. And I'm pretty sure it'll make a good media story.
Ooh.
Yeah, it'll make a good preview. And okay, so this is some of I know we have a main topic here, but I just want to close it off with this point. So if and I'm just saying this if because I'm not the one who's in charge of it, but there is a scholarship program for if you represent Malaysia at an international tournament as an athlete. That includes esports athletes. Can apply for it. Now, whether it's approved or not, I'm not the guy, but there is such a program.
But the keyword you said was international. This is not yet there. So they're national, but if they made it to the next level, potentially they can get that.
Yes.
Gotcha.
You are right. Yes. So the scholarship in Thai UMT itself. Yeah, so that goes the same for like SEA Games as well. If you represent Malaysia in SEA Games, then you are eligible to apply for the scholarship. So that's crazy.
Okay. Although I did say that they haven't made it yet, but this shows that they are almost there. I mean, like, since you talked about the first uni level team making it into the professional circuit, right? Like the officially through the national level. That speaks volumes, meaning that you're almost there to making it. You're already national, you just need one more step away.
Correct.
For making it there.
So this just shows that, at least for Thai UMT, I can't speak on behalf of other universities, that they are open to we believe in, doesn't matter whether you're esports or you are regular sports, or even if you are a chess athlete, right? It doesn't matter as long as you have that status of representing the country, you're eligible to apply for scholarship, which I think is a very good equality among all these people who compete in their various sports.
Oh, actually, that's quite amazing. So hope all the best if they do make it. That is going to be awaiting them at the end of the line.
Yep. And speaking about competing, so today our key topic is going to be about women in esports. Yep. So I want to shout out as well. So today is also similar like how we did the episode before this, or the 2 episodes before this. It's also a set of questions that Hao Jie was my student, who's my student, and he's curious about this topic. In fact, in class, he has brought up this topic a few times. And now he has decided to he wants to bring it onto the podcast. He has a list of questions for us to give our opinions on. But I can assure you it's not I can assure you it's not as long as before.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
good news.
I'm very happy to know that.
All right. Okay. So, starting off with the first overarching topic. So, firstly, it's about women in esports, and this is talking about career advancement.
Mm.
I guess maybe before I go to these questions, right? Maybe you can share your exposure and your experience with women esports athletes.
Okay. All right. I'm glad you opened up with that because surely I don't think my answers represent women in esports, as both of us, me and Cloud, are not women to begin with.
Yeah. Last
but
I checked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last I checked, I haven't been checking for quite a while. But let me see. I think working together with women in esports, I think being in the industry for more than a decade, I would say that when it comes to dealing with athletes, I would say in our lifetime we deal more with men compared to women in esports. So the amount of times we work together with them will be rather less compared to men. But when we do have this opportunity, I believe that most of them revolve around the tournament itself, but not towards the development of them into careers or anything like that. So, for example, whenever there's tournament, it's just looking at them competing, just like any other athletes out there, competing in tournaments and everything like that. No development programs and all this. Um, I would say that even if there was, probably I was not involved in it. But I would say that if there was one particular development that I had hands-on experience with, was definitely SEA Games. I think that was during the one where you were actually
The Cambodian one.
Yeah, the Cambodian one. So you were actually team manager of it. So during that time, I was no longer serving as either team manager or assistant team manager for Team Malaysia for esports. And during that time, it was the women's MLBB team, right? So during that time, I was a delegate instead for Team Malaysia. And I believe that I had multiple engagements together with them in MSN during their training. And I think during that time was that one time, I just want to, should I even say it? Oh God. There were on these multiple instances when I was there together with the team, right? Cloud was not there. So there were times when I'm there and then Cloud's there. And then who's this? Magad is there, right? So all the times when I'm there, I would say that all the times you were not there is different during a different time.
And it so happened like we kind of like swap shifts.
Swap shifts and all this. Yeah. And usually I would inform them and tell them, hey, I'm here and just check on the team, right? For me, it didn't matter because during that time, it wasn't towards really the women's team anyways. Like whichever individual or team that's training during that time, I'll just be there just to see things. And yes, and I ended up becoming like a tukang bersih tempat. I don't know why. I just ended up cleaning the place. Yeah.
I mean, just look at the house.
Yeah.
It's clean. I mean, it's just flavor.
I would just end up cleaning and when somebody's like, everything's sorry, it's just me. But during my time over there, I think there was one thing which I didn't like. Was not just applied to the women, right? I think the men did it as well because during training, they were not doing a proper simulation of training. So what they did was they training dekat sofa. They didn't train on the table. So training dekat sofa. So dekat sofa kita main phone, like they all this. And then they didn't have any headsets. So they were just communicating like this. So I think I somewhat told the women's team off and the men's team. The men's team, I forgot which men's team it was because we're handling multiple teams, right? But it was the other team.
The men's team was MAT.
It was MAT.
Yeah.
But MAT was on PC.
Yeah, so they occupied their own side of the desk.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was, I forgot what it was. But I did tell them that I didn't like how they conduct the training because if you wanted it to be training, you don't train it so fast. You need to wear the headset. You need to turn on your Discord because it's a simulation of an actual tournament where the simulation is you're not going to be sitting like this. You're going to be sitting in a straight manner. You're not going to scream off. You're going to communicate with the mic to ensure great communication and all this because if you don't familiarize yourself with how the actual tournament is, then you will not perform to the best of your abilities during the tournament. I mean, you may look at it as something very small, like, it's not that hard. Nanti later kat tournament, the beza is we wear headset, we talk on the mic, different. But you're not practicing in that manner and all this. Yeah. I think this is one of the occasions I would say that had hands-on experience working together with the women's team. It was a great experience because even right after I noted that off, Subsequent weeks, saya dengan sengaja, I just did surprise visits and all that, and they were very disciplined, where they don't train while ada boba tea dekat depan orang. They don't train while tengah mati boleh text boyfriend ke, tak ada. There's nothing like that. So we were just focused, and they know that during tournaments, this is a simulation lah. There's no such thing as you have access to your phone to tap out and go do other things and all this. You have to focus and everything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that it's consistent when I'm not around as well, hearing from you.
Yeah.
Although it's been a few years by now.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I appreciate the input that you mentioned about like simulating all that. So I think that's great input as well. And I believe that's also because of your prior experience, things that you have done that is transferred over. And this kind of knowledge sharing is actually really important to pass down to whenever, right? And I guess that's also one of the reasons why we do this sort of content, is to also share whatever information that we have as well.
Yeah.
I guess it was, for me, I have a little bit more exposure with women's athletes. My first one was in 2020, where I got involved with this team called PPG back then.
I remember.
So hence, this is the jersey that we designed for them that time. So PPG, they were the first fully women's roster to play in the PUBG Mobile Professional League, MYSG. Disclaimer, I don't know all the other regions, but at least for MYSG, yes, this is the first full women's team.
I remember.
So they played that, and within the women's ranking of Southeast Asia, this team was also the third best. So it's actually quite a significant achievement if you kind of think about it. The fact that Southeast Asia is a very competitive region when it comes to PUBG Mobile. So being third is actually pretty solid lah. Other than that, then came SEA Games Cambodia, and you mentioned about that, MLBB Women's, and I had another stint with a women's team in the Asian Esports Games. I forgot the exact name, but it was held in Thailand.
Okay. I know what it is. It's the blue colored logo thingy.
Correct.
Yeah, no.
That one. Yeah. So all three of these were mostly different women athletes. Only the MLBB, you have like 1-2 players that are the same. But other than that, the dynamics of seeing different ranges across different games. So I have seen this sort of range lah. Yeah. Okay, so that's a little bit of introduction about our exposure to it. So coming to the questions that Hao Jie prepared and he's curious to know about. All right. About career advancement. In your experience, do women in esports have fewer chances to move into leadership roles compared to men? Why or why not?
Do they have fewer opportunities? Is it?
Yeah. I guess we can paraphrase that.
Oof, this is tough. I'm guessing that so the way I phrase is that I don't think there are limitations to saying that women cannot upskill themselves or climb the corporate ladder when it comes to within the esports industry. But why do we see it in such a way is because the amount of women who get themselves involved in the esports industry. So therefore, because of the lack of numbers, I wouldn't say there are limitations. I'm pushing down saying that you cannot. But because of the amount of participation, the amount of interest, the amount of people who translate interest into action is also less. Therefore, we don't see this. But there are individuals, even within our circles, who have made it, who have climbed the corporate ladder, or different kind of ladders available within the spectrum. May it be from esports professional, esports organization segment, or esports production segment, event organizing agencies, and more. I believe that in some sectors there's more women, and in some sectors there's just lacking women. I would say. I think as an opening, that's my response to it.
Right. I think that you made good sense about like because of the number, right?
Yeah.
So naturally, if you have the bigger number, which is male, and esports is generally a male-dominant industry, naturally there will be a higher chance for you to see a male leader somewhere.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is just number ratio, right? It's not about competency ratio. But if we talk about competency ratio, I believe that we have a lot of women who are involved in esports who are very good. So for example, right, I can name these few people that I have amazing experience working with, right? Like say Carmen from IO Esports.
Oh, Carmen. Oh, man.
I think she's amazing.
So
right?
long.
Link would
Yeah,
agree?
Carmen, yeah.
Yeah.
Carmen Fire, yeah.
Yeah.
So Carmen, man, I still remember during her fresh days going into esports, and now she's what's the title now? I know is she's top management work lah. She's
Yeah.
head of projects, is it?
What's beyond producer? I don't know
Yeah,
by now, right?
exactly.
It's like she's like producer. So for the benefit of our audience, you have to give a little bit of an intro.
Yeah.
So if you see the MPLs of recent times, I don't know how far of MPLs
How
that
far
she
back,
has
yeah.
done, how far back, but she's the producer of MPL MY.
Yeah.
So whatever quality of work that you see from MPL MY, how the show is, the flow and all that, she was definitely one of the key person behind that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so great work for her. And I think she scaled herself to that level quite fast, if I'm not mistaken as well. Because he put in, if I'm not mistaken, did she went through internship or something?
I'm not sure about her history. Maybe we need to get her on the show one
Yeah,
day.
probably get her in the show. Yeah, but
yeah, another producer.
exactly.
Yeah.
And she really upskilled herself real quick. I mean, like usually people would take very, very long time, right? I think she upskilled herself really, really fast to get to where she wanted to be. And a lot of people acknowledge the amount of effort she put in. So I'm guessing that I don't want to say that she does not have talent, but I would say that I acknowledge the amount of effort she put into getting to where she wants to be. Yeah, because a lot of people will say, "Oh, probably she's talented." Not really. If you get to know her well enough, right from the get go, she was not really this shy, soft girl or anything like that. She was really trying to be the best version of herself to the best of her abilities, really, really fast, rather than taking her time and all that.
There was one golden advice that she gave me that after I did what she said, I came back to her and said that was the line that made me spark. She said to me this line: invest in your craft. Yeah. So by her saying that, it means you invest in yourself, right? Whether it's you physically invest in yourself or mentally invest in yourself, or equipment wise, hardware wise, invest in yourself, whatever it is. But her point, she just gave me that one liner: invest in your craft, and I thought that was very inspiring. So yeah, got a shout out to Carmen as well for giving that.
I think that's a strong example. Yeah,
there's another strong woman leader in esports that I think we mutually know, which is Suki.
Oh, Suki Lee.
Yeah. So, I have not had much experience working with Suki. We only had some text exchanges, but have you had experience with Suki?
Oh yeah, a lot. I would say that Suki. That's the thing. I don't think I actually had interactions with her when she was at the starting point of of her career, right? So I think the moment I actually met her in person, she was already this very strong, independent, bold woman anyways. So wherever I look at her now, it's like, I didn't really see growth, but you've always been that strong woman from the get-go anyways. So it's quite unfortunate I did not manage to see that growth happening at the start. But yes, Suki Lee is definitely... So for a little bit of context, right? Suki is actually co-founder, CEO, I don't know how to put, but she's co-founder to get for GamesBond, yes. Yes, and I would say that when it comes to GamesBond, because they work closely together with Football Association Malaysia, when it comes to FIFA or eFootball initiatives in Malaysia together with FAM. So yeah, so you can guess. Imagine like this Iron Lady. Yeah, she would. I would place her as one of the Iron Ladies in esports. Yeah, most definitely.
Yep. And to be fair, in case any of our audience thinking, oh, why didn't you mention this person, that person? Well,
there's a lot. Yeah,
there's a whole long list, but we can't possibly mention everybody.
Let's name two more, just to. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot. It's not like we're limiting it to those two, but there are a lot.
Yeah, so we got to give the disclaimer.
Okay.
But if you say two more, do you have another name in mind?
Can we go by segments, because Suki is under event organizer-ish, right?
Yeah.
Carmen is also I would say event organizing and production as well. She has a little bit of both. Wait. How about casting, commentators?
Because this question is about leadership roles. So
leadership roles.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about like management.
Management. Okay, let's go with talent management. Okay, when it comes to talent management, I would say that let's say Tun Hanani.
Oh,
Haven't heard for so
okay.
long. So Nani, okay.
The
so
queen of League Ops.
Oh God, she's brutal, man. I still remember. Oh God. So
If anyone comes into the lobby, you dead.
yeah, she's this one lady you want to mess with. I'm very happy, Alhamdulillah, that I'm not involved when it comes to competing in tournaments. But if you have joined tournaments in the past, back in the golden days, right? Nani is one of those. How do you say?
She keeps everything in check.
She keeps everything in check. Yeah. You see her at the registration counter. You will see her managing the brackets. You will see her keeping everybody in line. You don't mess around. You don't come late. She's not really. Sorry, she's not talent manager. She's more managing the players. Right. Holy shit! I would say she ruled with an iron fist. Legend.
She has to.
She has to. Which is no. That's the thing. Yes, I'm scared. Yes, we're shaking now. But on top of all that, mad respect, because being a female, and I think being able to be stern, and especially since you also talked about how this is a dominantly owned by men, right? So in a sport like this, so she has to be very, very firm, so that these other boys and men don't look down upon her. I think she wants to let people know that she means business when it comes to work. Very serious, yeah.
And I think we don't do justice if we don't mention this name. Our representative at AESF, Tiffany Lim.
Oleng, yeah, Tiffany Lim.
Baby Oling. Yeah.
I think her title is, so we're trying to have a hard time to remember people's titles, right?
That's why we need to get them on the show, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like I have to open up my phone. She's in charge of, so I think she's in charge of technical or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't remember her
For the
actual...
benefit of our general audience, AESF is the Asian Esports Federation. Yeah, so she is representing, well, technically...
it's the players committee thingy.
Correct. So she has been around doing League of stuff as well, even in Asian Games level. And also shout out to her, she brought the team to IESF, the Dota 2 women's team, and brought back a medal.
Oh yeah,
the gold medal.
Funny thing is, she was the coach, I think. Oh no, she was
coach / manager.
She was 6 player / coach, and then somewhere along the line, she ended up being manager because she had to manage some stuff over there. Yeah. So yeah,
I think
Oleng,
solid.
Solid. That's more, okay? You don't make us give you like 10 examples and then that's not enough. It's never enough.
It's like, why you didn't mention this? Okay.
Oh God.
That can be a whole show. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
People.
Yeah. So let's continue on. Let's continue on.
Yeah. Okay. So next, are women often placed in soft or support roles rather than tactical or decision-making positions?
Why does it sound like whether the women play post 4, post 5? Why does it sound like that?
I guess this is when you talk about like okay, whether women are women only placed in like you just do the work, like you're just an executor role, or are they also involved in tactical or decision making positions?
Yeah. I believe that they are women. I believe that it's fair that they occupy both. Right there, I would say that the ones who are on the softer roles, probably they have not proven themselves to actually make it into the other role. But I'm not saying that this is just a women thing. Actually, there are men who have not proven themselves to put themselves in a better position in anything, whether in events or in management, would just be stuck there and not be able to climb any ladders at all, Yeah, there are women. For example, like, funny thing is, last time, remember, what's this girl? The girl who come out during the MPL one, during the...
Amoy.
Amoy MPL. I forgot her real name. Real name. What was her real name?
Gosh, you're testing me, man.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm sorry.
We'll put the clip just to be a refresher, right? Trust me, my good man here, Lynn, will put in the clip, right? Just to remind you guys about
pressure,
it. Yeah, no pressure. We'll find that. So everybody was calling her Amoy, and funny thing that this was the only era where people are looking forward to to a technical difficulty happening. People will, what the fuck? Technical difficulty. Now it's like, hey, you know what that means?
You know what that means?
Yeah, exactly. You know what that means.
And then all of a sudden, is someone else coming out.
Oh.
And everyone goes like,
oh, could have scam. Yeah.
Scam.
So I was a great. Okay, I was a good. I wouldn't say a great example. Like for her, right? I think as a start, I would assume that she really didn't have any. She probably didn't have any past experience that can portray that she can do something else in what she's doing, right? So probably she upskills herself. Right now, she's just doing that. But after a while, right now, if you look at where she is at now, I think she's actually managing a team, right?
Yeah. After that, she was part of AG.
Yeah, AG.
Yeah. I believe at this
AG
point
Global.
she continued back her studies.
Yes.
So she's probably taking a break from esports.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But this is just to prove that women will just take on the softer roles. If you see them there, it's not saying that they were placed there because they're a woman. You need to understand this, right? They were not placed there because they're a woman. It's probably because either they're a freshie, or they haven't, like I said, if they haven't proven themselves or acquired adequate amount of knowledge, experience before they actually there. Why I'm saying this is also because there are a lot of instances where women do take roles where they can make decision making, i.e., like the ones we mentioned before as well, right? You can just pick up on all those kind of things. Especially Carmen, when it comes to she's definitely making decisions and literally giving instructions to people to follow and everything like that. Yeah, including Oling too.
Yeah. So I believe that it is not about gender.
Yeah,
But
it's
it's
not
just
gender,
about
like-
okay, career progression. Naturally, maybe you're a fresh grad, you start from below, you learn
Exactly.
the ropes. If you're more experienced, you take decision-making positions all across. So I think it's not about the gender. So far from what we've seen in the industry, I believe it's very competency-based. Yeah. Next question. Okay. What are the invisible barriers that stop women from climbing the career ladder in esports?
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
I can go first. I
This,
can go.
this is one of the rare times where we actually had this long of a pause
Right.
ever in the podcast.
I can go
Oh,
first.
yeah, you can go first. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So this is something that I've also had a conversation with the female athletes as well, and there's a level of consistency to the things that I've discussed with them. So what I learned from how they think as a female community in esports is that sometimes the barrier is just themselves.
Okay.
So if I take an athlete for example, right, they would feel that just because we are women, like we cannot compete against other male athletes in esports, so they kind of like put themselves at a lower bar. In terms of performance, so that's why when they go into mixed tournaments, sometimes they will have that doubt in themselves. Like, these are all guys. How are we going to win against them? Whatever game it is. So I think that there is a level of confidence that they realize, or maybe some of them do, that generally, we're speaking generally, that they realize that they need to break this barrier in order for them to put themselves on par with anyone else, irregardless of gender, to go for bigger positions.
Yeah. I like how you pick on that point because I would say that this barrier do exist. It is definitely an invisible barrier, but even on top of that, right? I think that because of how toxic conversations revolving around women being part of esports could
yeah.
also be not just an invisible barrier, but a very thick barrier because it's not easy to penetrate through or enter into an industry where there's so much hate, there's so much prejudice, there's a lot of toxicity coming on from certain amount of people within the ecosystem, which pushes away. People say, "Oh, don't worry, Allah, don't use this as an excuse." It's not that easy. I would say that even though I'm not a female myself, I don't go through what they go through. It must have been a very harsh kind of thing, right? So I think on top of just competing on equal level with men, actually they're not because of the amount of prejudice and hate, a lot of discrimination that they have to go through by being within the industry,
Yeah.
Yes.
Even if you play ranked games, right? Like, and I think this is a common knowing that the moment they open their voice chat, everyone loses their mind. It's like, are you a girl? But does it matter? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If they turn off the voice, like you wouldn't even know that the person who's on the other side.
Exactly.
They still play regularly, right?
Exactly. And how people react and behave differently.
Mm.
Like say for example, I would say like since I play a lot of Dota, right? I think I remember back in the days, not really now, but I would say back in the days, a lot of people like to make this joke, right? Oh, if you're female, post 5. Yeah.
Oh.
If you have another female, then you gotta be post 4 or post 5. Boy. Okay.
Oh. So they can't play the carry role.
Yeah, I would say when you say the carrier role, okay, here's the thing. When they voice out that I play post 2, for example, I go mid, or I play post 1, I go hard carry, I go lane, I go ASP lane, whatever it may be. Nah, it's okay.
Just stay at
just
support.
stay, just stay support. Sorry, yeah, but they don't say the word like we're men. We should be the ones. They're not saying that, but it's literally the same thing. The moment they found out you're a woman and plays you support, hence, no, not carry. Post 1. Really?
It's a discrimination thing.
Exactly. And small mistakes, I mean like for men, right? If you make small mistakes within a game, I don't think you'd be punished so heavily. But because you're women, they would use that as like a pass to say like, tengok perempuan tak ada timain and all this. You know, they use like exactly.
Like if you do bad, then that's going to be the excuse.
Correct. Yeah. So there's like, shouldn't have trust a woman and all this kind of things. You know, so they use that to kind of attack and they're like, wow. So rather than just saying that I'm bad and you just because I'm bad then you attack whole women altogether. It's like, oh, I say women memang tak boleh nak main and all this. And I think that's kind of wrong. Yeah, it's definitely a barrier, I would say.
Yeah, that's definitely unfair, right? So those could be one of those invisible barriers.
Good question, by the way. Yeah.
One last question on this category. What does a fair promotion system in esports look like to you?
Ooh, I would assume that when you say fair, we're talking about equality when it comes to gender.
Yeah, since this topic today is about women, so I believe gender.
Have you ever had any kind of promotions or marketing which restricts people when say, "Oh, men only" or women only"? Do we have such things happening?
Okay, so here I am putting on my HR hat. Yeah. Okay, so of course, if you were to put out and say that, oh, this role is for men only to apply, for example, right? People might see it as discrimination. Now, I'll put it in a bigger context, right? So some roles they might require a certain biological, physical outcome, all right, to do the role.
Okay. Is it like the heavy liftings, like
for example?
Very heavily. Okay. Got you.
But not again. I'm not saying that. Oh, what do you mean? Women can't heavy lift? I'm not saying that, right? But we are. But I'm not saying we as well. But I'm putting on my HR hat, right? So these kind of roles sometimes they want to make it easier for both parties. So maybe certain roles, certain genders, because of biological difference, is easier to execute. Hence, it fits the role better. It's just that.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So you also sometimes as an employer you don't want to give fake hope as well. You don't really like, okay, so we don't mention about it, anyone apply, but actually we disregard like some certain categories.
I totally understand this.
Yeah. So let's just be a little bit more transparent.
So it's like on the outside, but you should don't know that when it comes to decision making on the inside, it's different.
Correct. Yeah. So that is in general, not specific to esports, that based on my experience, why it's done. Now, coming into answering the question, what does a fair promotion system in esports look to you, right? Look, to me, there's a lot of things that esports industry, in general, that is, can learn from corporate industries, whatever industry it is, in terms of structure. So within HR, this I believe this is a more HR heavy topic. You talk about like bell curve. You talk about like competency based promotions, things like that. Things that are all these concepts that are already predefined before a person starts the job. So, for example, when I hire you, on your first day you come, I introduce you to the team members. I'll bring you out for lunch. In the afternoon, we'll sit down and tell you what your goals are. So if you can hit your goals consistently, then you deserve a promotion. So this is all laid out very clearly on how our structure is for a certain organization.
Understand.
So I believe that if it can be implemented, or some of these things can be learned from other industries outside of esports to be brought within esports, then it would be great. Because what I observe as well is that the esports industry is still shaping itself. It's still young, it's still growing, and there are a lot of these kind of structures that can be learned from other industries that can be implemented into esports. And I think if they can learn the best, pick the good stuff from other parts, bring it into esports, it will make esports industry having a better structure and more transparent and clearer in terms of promotion systems.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair point as well. I would say that esports, since you mentioned that we're picking up from the corporates, right? I think there are certain traits which the corporates that the good traits corporate that we can actually incorporate and apply over when it comes to the esports industry. Yeah, but I think beyond all that, and because personally for me, right, because it's on the same question, right? I don't think at the current moment I have anything in mind when it comes to other implementations that could actually make it fair. Because so far, I don't think on a personal level I actually witnessed something which is limiting people from different genders, especially when we talk women, right? Women into joining into esports anyway. But of course, we don't know how the process is going through on the back end of things.
Correct.
As well. So it's different altogether. And these are some of the things that we cannot just assume that's happening unless we know it for a fact or it is something that publicly known and everything like that.
Yep, correct. Hence, that's why my points were general.
Exactly.
Yeah, because every organization operates differently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, but I guess if I were to put my point across the industry, would be like the transferable knowledge from other industries. Good things we can always learn and we can try to implement. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go on to the next overarching topic, which is about gender bias.
Okay.
So before this, it was about career advancement. Now it's about gender bias.
It has a little bit of gender bias before, but okay. Curious.
Okay, let's see. Do you think there is still a stereotype that women are less capable in competitive or high pressure esports roles?
Yes. Yes. I'm going to say it right now. Yes.
All right.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you witnessed anything yourself?
I would say that I don't think I saw this something not really in front of my eyes. How do I even explain this, right? I think generally it's very, 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 very. It's not even standard. It's not even a word for it. I think all orgs will just end up like, when we come to hiring professional players or anything for their organizations, man. Like if we would think,
like that's the first thought in mind.
Yeah, it's like, man, did it go to like, we need to find women and all this? I think if you see most of the organizations out there, right, they don't end up taking unless they do feel that particular individual could actually compete at the same level as men, something like that. So I think that's why right now we see a lot of teams, right, they don't end up taking women's team. But when there's a women's tournament, they create a women's team. I said, boleh pula create a women's team and all this. I would say that when it comes to integration of women into a full men's team, very rarely occurs. So that's why I assume that, probably this kind of bias do actually happen. For example, when it comes to Counter-Strike, right? I would say that CS, Ramona, for example, we've seen instances where Ramona actually played with men.
Absolute legend.
Absolute legend, yeah, because she eats men for breakfast. I keep saying this a lot. Yeah. I mean, like in the game. Okay.
Okay. Thanks for clarifying.
Thanks for hinting me to clarify. Yeah, she eats men for breakfast in CS. Yeah, so she's that good. And then for example, like UKM X Arrow. So we have Arya.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Arya in there as well. But I would say that I don't see these other teams like. I think when it comes to the marketing, right? I think this is what you mentioned just now. During the marketing, they will say that they didn't say that we're looking for men. Men age from this one and above, or something like that with skills and all. They're just generic. But on the back end, I would say that they would prioritize the men. I would say when it comes to the listing and all this. Yeah, so that made me think that there's this sort of bias and all this.
I'm going to go devil's advocate here.
Yeah, can.
All right, you love it, right?
Yeah. Love this game, which is a good thing, by the way.
Okay, it's not their fault. Majority of esports or people involved in esports are already men.
Correct.
So as much as we want to discover more women in our team or organization, there are just so few of them.
Yeah, on top of all that also, I like how I devil's educate my devil. On top of all that also, there's a lacking amount of data when it comes to, because it's all performance, right? You have to have something to show. There's no such thing as saying, Cloud, take me into your team because I'm great.
Yeah.
How can you prove that you're great? How
Correct.
can you
It
prove
has to be
it?
competency.
It has to be competency and all this. So basically, you're lacking this achievement, you're lacking the experience. But of course, on the other end, the women also want to argue because there's lacking tournament for us, bali-bali this. But of course, when it comes to recruiting, we're not recruiting you for an all-men's tournament. Basically, all tournament has always been open anyways for the longest time, right? So, yeah, there's also this one thing as well where women don't want to join open tournaments, where they feel that they should join women tournament because of whatever reason it may be, because, it's a women's tournament. Normal tournaments, like, for example, MPL Open qualifiers, MKL Open qualifiers, whatever, these open tournaments does not restrict women from joining.
Agree?
Yeah. So, shouldn't you join to prove your worth? Therefore, this will create the chance for you to actually be picked, right? Yeah.
Right. So it works, from what I hear from you, it also works from the woman's perspective as well.
Correct.
Like,
it also works.
if you think you deserve the slot, then prove that you deserve the slot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
And I think that's fair game because it doesn't matter whatever gender. If you think you deserve it, you prove it. As simple as that, right?
Exactly. Because if you're competing in an all women's, if you're competing in all women's division, right? Basically, you've proven yourself to be your achievement in the women's league of whatever level, it may be district, state, national, international level, what it may be, right? But then that does not apply when it comes to the open series, where there's men and women involved. Therefore, they want your results for open series. So when you join an open series, what are your achievements? So these kind of things. So yeah, so in these instances, I would say that when it comes to provincial, it's still leaning towards the men because of these reasons. Not because they are men. Not because they are men, therefore they get today, but because of lacking black and white or some sort of achievements coming up from the women's side.
And I think I want to add on slightly to the justification of perhaps why the results in an open series has more weight to it. It's because that it shows the level of versatility that you have playing across different environments, different competitive environments. And if you're able to be consistent across different competitive environments, you show that you are a true competitor.
Yeah. But because we talked a lot about when it comes to the competitive level, right? But other than competitive level, I just want to add on this because last time there was this conversation. I don't want to name any names, right? There are certain organizations that don't like this mix of men and women because of the hassle they have to go through. Literally, these are like the words from them. It's like, we don't want to go through this hassle because if women and men cannot stay together, because
like if they book a hotel.
Yeah, well, when training and all this, it's quite a hassle. So the women we have to arrange separate and all this at the same time as well. And plus, it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant to say, women surrounded my man and all this, train together and all this, concern because most of them are either teenagers and all this, is parents concerned and all this. There's also this kind of things. So then they'll be like, it's either all men or all women. So if it's all men, now I'm dealing with men, right? There's no men and women issues here. If it's all women, there's no men in there other than your coach. If your coach is a man, from time to time they come in and all that. But beyond all that, most of the time it's just women, right? Where you stay, when you live and all that. Yeah. So yeah, apparently this is actually a potential issue for some organizations.
Right. I like that you bring that up. So I guess this comes to the point that my closing point for this question is that there needs to be a level of inclusivity for everybody, regardless of gender or color, or whether you're a fish or a hot dog or I'm just saying, right? Yeah, everybody deserves a level of equality.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm fine when you say fish, when you say hot dogs.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just the first thing that came out of my mind.
Yeah.
I don't know why. We're having this conversation.
No, it's perfectly fine. But so far, I know you're putting on an ending note for that, right? But so far, based on the conversation we had so far, leading up to this, I'm thinking that this, I wouldn't say that it's solely system's fault, whatever that is existing at hand, but also women need to also place themselves in a place like I said. You need to join these open tournaments because these achievements would apply when you want to be part of an open tournament team. Yeah, because these teams, because people who join this open series never claim themselves to be in a male open series. It's been open the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been open the whole time.
It's been open the whole time. True. I agree with that. Okay, next question in the same category. Have you ever felt that a woman was added to a team just for diversity or marketing, not because of skill?
Yes. Okay, wait. There were a few things just now you said from the start.
Okay. I repeat the question.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt that a woman was added to a team just for diversity or marketing, not because of skill?
Marketing, yes. Diversity in terms of
just to have like a balance of male and woman, or to show that, hey, you know what, we have women, so you can't say we don't have women. You know,
sounds like a marketing thing.
Sounds like related.
Sounds like I would say that I cannot verify or even say that such a thing is actually being practiced when it comes to the first one, when it's just for diversity purposes. But for marketing, although same as well, I would say that couldn't verify, but a lot of people speculate on the marketing side because this team is probably not chasing wins, but more towards the marketing aspect of things, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why it's chasing thing. Yeah, for the first one, not really. I don't have anything to back up my claims. But the second one, most definitely, I think there are people who actually just do that for the sake of marketing purposes.
Right. So I have to be okay. So this is a very interesting topic, right? So in my opinion, is it wrong to have a woman in your team for marketing purpose? I don't think so.
Good question.
Right? I think it's okay, right? I think it's okay if it's in your team for marketing purpose. And why I would say this, right? It's because like so in my first pro team, Damansara Flash Vision.
Oh, yeah.
That I was involved in as an analyst. So our fifth or sixth player, it's been a while, I don't remember all the details, but our fifth or sixth player, basically our sub player, a woman is registered in it. And we know from the beginning, the community knows from the beginning, basically it's everybody knows, right, that she's not going to play. But she appears in whatever content.
Oh.
Yeah. So like if let's say PUBG Mobile says, hey, you know what, we need your team to do a bit of content here and there. So it's like,
is it sixth player?
Yeah. She was registered as a sixth player, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, as a sub player. We have a show match. She plays. For fun.
Okay.
All right. So we know, and even the organizers know and all that. So is it wrong? Not really though. I mean, she has a value of that she brings to the team, the eyeballs and the marketing and all these content that she brings together with it. So, and I think it's totally fine. Yeah.
I may I add to this if possible, because here's the thing, right? Just because you're creating a marketing gimmick by having diversity in terms of gender, right? Not restricted to just female into a male team, but also male into a female team, also a thing as well, right?
Yeah.
Because we're talking equality here. We don't want to make it sound like, oh, whenever there's a female, oh, it's a gimmick me. But you have to make it transparent to everyone involved in this particular operation that this is a marketing stunt. You don't hide it and go say that, oh no, we're competing to win, but it's not a marketing and all that, but somewhere along the line it's a marketing, and then you know it will leave a very sour note in that particular person's taste inside the whole team and all this, because then he or she finds out that, oh, actually all this while they make it look like, you know, I'm the real deal, but actually I'm not, you know. Yeah, if you're transparent from the get-go, they know what they're signing up for. Therefore, it's easy when people claim, oh, you guys are marketing for these guys to be like, yeah, no problem. We have no problem like admitting, hey, no problem. Yeah. Anything wrong with that? No, right? I mean, like there is a 6-man slot.
Yep. So might as well.
Mengikuti undang-undang piawai negara and everything like that. And yeah, there's nothing wrong there. What you have against it, is there anything wrong with it being marketing thing? But don't do a marketing team and then you told everyone something else. Yeah, then I don't think the girl is like, you tell me
I'm going to play, but
you don't want to play, but
Yeah.
you put me 6 men and forever 6 men. We won the season, but I was sixth. yeah. It's like you didn't put me in for one game. Damn.
yeah. But of course, there are like we mentioned a few times, like people like Arya playing with UKM X Arrow. That she is like one of the key players with the team. Yeah. So I'm sure that was also internally they would have made clear like who is the main lineup and all that.
Correct.
So yeah. So I think that there's nothing wrong with whether you're in there for marketing or not. I don't think that's a big issue. But so to clearly answer the question of have you felt that it was added just because of this, I would say the answer is yes.
Okay.
Yeah, upfront. Right. Okay, moving on to the next question. What needs to change in esports culture to truly remove gender bias?
Oh. God, this is a lot of work, man. Like,
okay.
It's not as simple as hey, don't be toxic. Hey, don't judge women. I think the word, the safest word I usually, safest phrase I would use is like this is a collective effort to achieve these kind of changes, because there's a lot of all this same advice people say, jangan toxic, jangan kecam perempuan main game, jangan all this. But at the end of the day, if only a few people do listen to this advice and actually practice it in a positive manner, it won't work because the vast majority are still continuing doing it. It's not easy, so.
Right. My angle is the root cause. So in my opinion, the root cause for many things that are discriminative and bias and all this comes from education. Like so it's easy to say that if you're not exposed enough to how should I put it? You don't have enough exposure of the world, right? So you might not be as open to think like different angles. So that leads to a bias normally because you're not open to a better. Okay, I was trying to find the right word. You don't have enough of a worldview. So that's the key word. So I think that if in general people are more educated about having a good worldview, these things can be sort of negated from the very beginning.
Yeah, but honestly, to achieve that within that realistically, right? Realistically, that's not easy to attain because
it's definitely not.
Exactly, because when we talk about your environment shapes you, right? Not everyone ends up being in a good environment. There's individuals in this world who are more exposed than others. There's people who lack exposure because of the environment and what limitations when it comes to resources that they have around them. For example, people in the rural areas, right? They don't have this kind of exposure because of limitations that they're going through at the current moment. So, yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of effort. There's a lot of things that need to work together to actually achieve all this. So it's not easy. Yeah, you find the root cause, but can you resolve the issue?
Yeah, that's right. And the key word here is culture, right? So culture is not something that you can just flip the switch and then it just changes tomorrow.
That's
like
true.
It has to be like cultivated over time or compounded over time. So it's not that. But of course, if there's a truly need for this to be changed, then he has to start somewhere, right? So that's why I'm in the opinion that education is still the best start. So whether it's that we continue to spread information, even though it's like what you mentioned just now, right? As simple as we send out messages like jangan toxic and all this. But if we stop sending out that message, people will forget over time.
I agree.
So the message still has to continue, although it sounds like just another jangan toxic. But there's ways to get creative around it.
Yeah. You have to create some sort of campaign.
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, I guess my summary take on this is education is key. There were a lot of very positive outcomes from the MWI.
Oh yeah,
very, very. I think if I were to say again, it would be pretty much a similar point like you. But maybe I just add one more about the positivity of people still looking highly onto people like Ramona, I think she is definitely an icon when it comes to female esports for Malaysia. I mean, how long has she been playing? She's been playing for like godly years right now. I've
Exactly.
truly lost count. And she's still up there, and people still remember her, and people still talk about her from time to time, the media as well.
Exactly.
And I think she truly deserves it, even up to now.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
still remember. I think just to share a little bit, right? Because I did had a conversation together with Ramona, and I think the conversation didn't go so well. I have to admit, the conversation didn't go so well because I think this was back during the days of the Malaysia Esports Awards, if you remember this, right? It's been quite a while since that conversation. Um, I think the word I would say is like it's not that I dislike the conversation, but I understand how she feels. So to give a little bit of context is that when I conversed together with her, when I conversed with her, right, she was very against this whole idea of getting an award and everything like that. You know, this
Oh.
Malaysia Esports Awards thing. She's very against the idea. She's like, oh, people don't care much about her anymore because she's overseas and everything like that,
Oh.
and all this. Oh, there's a lot more interest towards the other game titles rather than FPS since she's in CS, right? So okay, there's some truth behind it, but the truth. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the truth. Yes, there's a lot of attention, a lot of love coming in from Malaysians towards game titles, MOBA, especially during that time was MLBB, right? Yeah, so I'm guessing that it's valid that she just have those kind of feelings, but what I disagree is the part where people actually forgot about her and everything like that, which is I totally disagree. I mean, like I want her to understand that whatever I'm saying is not just words from me, but also from a lot of Malaysians out there that who do believe that she has contributed significantly by being a Malaysian who's playing on a very high level professionally for Counter-Strike and everything like that. But yeah, the conversation extended quite very long because she still didn't believe that. She only thought that, oh, maybe it's just you and then there's a lot of people and all that. Yeah, but her feelings are valid. She felt that way. Who are we to question how she should feel, right? If that's how she feel, then that's the truth for her, right?
Yep.
Yeah. No matter how much I talk about, no, that's not true. You try to convince a person, right? Yeah, and all this. And she's like, yeah. So yeah, it became like a like this barrier between us where she doesn't believe all the things I'm saying. I want her to believe, but we didn't find that middle ground and things and all that. Yeah. So funny thing is, that so happened to be one of the worst moments in my life.
Oh.
Trying to do something nice for people, but then people don't really. No, she wasn't. No. Here's the thing. It wasn't about her not appreciating. It was kind of sad that behind doing all this, right? You may think that this is a great thing for everyone. No, it's not. It's not actually. It's not because they're. I think in Ramona's case, probably what would have been great is if this thing happened a long time ago, where she was appreciated from the get go, not only others,
like now.
now and all this. She's been great for so long. Like I think that's why I say her feelings are just valid. Yeah, I'm so sorry I just shared this particular incident, but yeah, I don't know how else to tell her that she's amazing and she made Malaysia proud. No matter how she feels, I think a lot of people would prove to her that we do remember her, and not just when she does great, but we know she's out there. Yeah,
And I think that's a nice way to emphasize this point from you, right? And I find it really, really sweet of you. It feels weird when I say that, but yeah, but you get what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, oh, okay, wait, let me pause this.
Yeah.
But also, I want to add my point about Ramona as well. So she actually has a paragraph in my book, Esports Lamakan Hidup, specifically mentioning about Ramona and basically who she is. And of course, this book is for the general public. It's just to give an introduction to look, there is a diversity of esports players who are recognized globally. So Ramona is one of them. So yeah, so that's how I actually showed that paragraph to Ramona. Yeah, I remember when I met her in one of the CS events in Blue City Mall. And you're like, hey, Ramona, you mean so much to us, and I felt that this passage, this paragraph is an important testimony to what you have achieved. Yeah, so I hope Ramona, yeah, yeah, basically that lah, right?
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I do hope as well, and I've been kind of eyeing this for a while. Ramona to be on this couch, have a conversation with us.
Oh yeah, I think that would be. Yeah,
I think that'll be beautiful.
I think that would be great, man. I think well deserved. I think you have a great person to actually do a little bit sharing. And I like that when you mentioned about that as well. You just reminded me what she actually said. She was saying she felt that she was not being recognized by Malaysians. Yeah. So something like that. Yeah, so I think
next.
I swear, I know this is now, but she was so reluctant to coming to the Esports Awards. No joke. She was so reluctant. You know how everybody's overjoyed? Oh, I got nominated for Esports Awards and everything like that. No, she was not one of those. She was really reluctant about all this. And all this. Until this day, I don't think whatever I say would convince her to feel the other way around, but yeah, she has her own feelings, and how I wish that she would be how she is without having this thinking that Malaysians kind of abandon her and anything like that. There's no way. I'm just I don't know how else to say this. Like she. There's no way we're gonna forget how amazing she is.
What role can male colleagues or the esports community play in supporting women's career growth? Oh, very specific, male colleagues.
I don't want to make it sound like the male colleagues will over praise and over encourage women in this kind of things, because I've always felt like since we want to make it look like men and women are no different, right? Then this particular thing about men and women should not have been brought up in the office space or in the workspace. So which means that I would highly appreciate if everyone be in equal terms when it comes to the work. Don't bring things up like women, men, and all this. That's where the differentiation actually comes. Once you start these kind of things, not really that as men, we need to super praise you and everything like that because you're women just to boost your morale or anything like that. But it kind of works both ways, because right now you're just looking at an industry where it's dominantly men, but there are other industries out there where it's dominantly women. So you don't want to go, you don't want it to be a situational kind of thing. So when it's more women, therefore you have to angkat the men more and everything like that. Just put them at equal, and I think they would appreciate it. And I think women also, not trying to put words into women, right? But as a man, I would assume that's what I said, as a man, right? I would assume that this gives women the respect, not trying to just puff things up, but also giving you the same respect that everybody else in the company is getting, whether they're men or women or anything like that. So I think since women are in that space where they are the minority, right? In this space when it comes to esports. So I think that I would assume that they would love that respect of being there. Yeah. Of course, this is just me, like just assuming, right? If they want more, then I guess I got it wrong then. So you want more, okay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe sometimes that kind of answer can be individual as well.
Exactly, yeah.
So it really depends. But I'm going to give the bigger picture as well from my POV. Something related to what we talked about earlier, which is open tournaments. They are all, when they are called open tournaments, generally they are deemed as open. So it doesn't matter what gender you are, you can join. All right. So I would say that as long so it works both ways, right? So maybe event organizers can also emphasize a little bit more on like, hey, you know what? This is not only a men's tournament, it is a open tournament. So you can join, right? And
really wanted to emphasize, hey, just in case if you missed out, really?
Yeah, it's like, it's just, hey, in case you missed out, just saying, it's open. And for maybe female athletes or those who really want to try, prove themselves, things that we talked about earlier, to have a go at it, right? And just be open and have the courage to give it a go.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would say that's my take.
throughout this call conversations, I've always had this thing where I have conversations between myself, right? For example, one thing I want to bring up is
Flavarina.
yeah,
talking to each other.
no. But okay, so the first conversation I had was
It's okay.
was,
Claudia as well.
was like, I would question women, why you not joining the men's tournament? Okay,
Yeah.
it's like, you need to have a little bit conversation with yourself, right? Why not joining women's tournament? And then the women will answer that there are other factors, not because we're scared of men, but also there's also reasons like we don't feel safe. It's not a safe environment because a lot of men out there, and then minorities, women, and all this. So there's a lot of factors which pushes women away from joining these open tournaments. And of course, there's also worry of nanti kena bantai teruk, and then the outcome from that is just join tournament, and then people like say kena bantai teruk, tak ada satu kill pun. And then game laju, fast game because for women and all this. But there are also other women out there who would just join, and then they are very strong willed. They say that whatever the outcome is, we want to fight to the very end, just to see where we stand when it comes to open and all this. Yeah, it doesn't matter what people say and all this, but of course not everyone's like this. Not everyone's strong-willed like this, right? No matter what people say and all that, we just join the tournament. Whether we get last, it doesn't matter. But we're there. Now we know where we stand. Let's try again the next one, and we just climb. Or we wait for a women tournament because everybody else is women, right? So safe environment. Therefore, none of them are MPL players and all this, because none of the men, because most of the ones in the professional circuit when it comes to all this MKL, MPL, and all this are men, right? So none of them. Therefore, maybe we can achieve higher. They just don't want to thin their rankings or something like that with a super bad placement. Might as well join a women tournament with like better or something like that. Yeah. But that's the thing. These cases varies. That's why I say this conversation between myself on these kind of things, right? It's not that simple because women have their own reasons why they're straining away from this. We don't know what the reason is unless they open up and tell us the reason why we don't want to join is because of XXXX.
And I want to give a public service announcement as well, right?
Ooh.
So in case that those reasons could involve safety of women, whether it's harassment, physical or mental harassment, there is a thing called safe spots. Which I believe information can be retrieved from KBS, Kementerian Belia and Sukan, and I believe there's a documentation there that you can read up on some guidance on how to navigate through in case you are worried that these things might affect you as a athlete, especially. Yeah. All right. I guess that is all from our curious questions from Hao Jie. So what do you think about the questions in this episode so far?
I like it a lot better than before. A lot better.
A little bit more challenging.
Yeah, a little bit more challenging. And I think the first few questions, I would say the first few questions that you asked, very relatable to the topic.
Oh, he asked.
He asked.
Credit to him.
Yeah. So the questions that was being posed, very related to the topic. And I like how interesting the questions were. I was like probably not setting myself up with super high standards and all that, but the questions, I loved it. But then I think that almost halfway, suddenly the questions kind of like I feel like you used all your great ammos at the start, and then at the back it's like, okay, we got no more. I can only last like this amount of time. After that, I cannot. I die.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So your health bar is like
health bar is like that's it. It's like super fast. Ultraman can last longer than this, before it goes red light. So the early stages, the questions was really good, which I really do enjoy. And I really did highlight this during how I responded. But it's just that after a while, it gets a little bit questionable. With there were a few repetitions where the answers were already something that was discussed before. Because usually when we do questions, we'll be like, we have to gauge on whether or not what the responses has already been answered and everything like that. Yeah.
Right. I do agree as well. I felt that the questions were a little bit more challenging this time around. But at the end of the day, I would say that the platform that we have here, especially with this segment of us answering an actual student's questions, an actual student's set of questions. It's also an experimentation for like the students in order to give them a platform to like, okay, what if I start asking questions? How would it look like? Right. So that's also to gauge to encourage curiosity and also to see the outcome of like what kind of answers that you might get that maybe would have wanted to ask before this but didn't get the opportunity. So this is also an example, and since we are recording it, of course, it comes back to what we said in the episode before this, that sometimes we need to go back to basics in order to answer some of the questions that some people might not know. And we thought that it's too basic for people to know.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
that's true,
important
that's
to
true.
know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true too. Yeah.
Yep.
I think I would also appreciate if the questions, because these are just questions with really no backbone to it. And what I mean is that there's nothing that tells me that these questions are related to current status quo issues. For example,
like cite an example.
a side example. So, like for example, the reason why I asked this question, because out of 10 million questions I could ask when it comes to the topic of feminism, right? In esports, why this question? For example, something came out a few weeks ago and it was a hot topic, or somewhere back in the past, and I really want to reiterate back again. So some sort of example. So I think so it kind of shows, because I understand as a student you prepare, but also when the point you say about how the person hears it, right? When I hear it when I hear it, I kind of know whether or not this is just a question or a question that has a good backbone behind it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this guy went balls deep to do research. Like back in the year 2008, we had this big case. It's holy shit, this guy knows what he's talking about. Yeah,
Right.
so, yeah.
I think that's a really good point. Point. So I would like to open to our audience as well, before we close the show, that if you personally have curious questions that you want us to answer or get our opinion from, whether you can reach out to us privately or you can leave it in the comment section. Either way, we'll pick up and we'll try our best to answer your questions as well. And who knows, if you have a long set of questions, do get in touch with us. I mean, if you have like a whole set like this, do get in touch with us. I mean, we'll be happy to try to address all these
we'll be happy,
curious
really?
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if you have long ass questions, no.
Okay, not like a 10-pager.
We'll answer it, but are we going to be happy? No.
Oh, best effort.
Yeah.
That's like a disclaimer line there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but again, thank you so much, Flava, for being together on the show. As
Thank you,
usual.
Cloud. Yeah.
And thank you so much for watching. And all clichéness, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share this to one other person that have not discovered us before. And we'll see you again in the next episode of Podcast Tak Berlesen. Bye-bye.
Tak berlesen.